not worth it if you're 5-0, because you're worth a lot of gold. As you can see, 555 gold. 555 gold, yeah, that's a lot to give to the opponents when you really don't need to. There was no need to do so, in my opinion. I mean, I'm just a humble player here. I'm way lower ELO than these guys, but that doesn't mean that I don't understand what you need to do to win a game. In my case, and I guess that's for quite a lot of people, I really got paired to the wrong people early on. So I won my first 2 games, and then I lost, I think, 5 in a row. And then, yeah, after you lose 5 in a row from around 1250, I don't know what, no, I was 1225 or something. If you then lose 5 in a row, then you're in such a low ELO class that, yeah, you have to be a really, really good player, and you have to play all carries to yeah, to win, to get your ELO back up. Oh wow, that was excellent. That was just enough damage, and they both survived until there. Yeah, couldn't last, I guess. But Ash gets 1 more kill, and Taric gets 1 more kill. Taric wisely running out, of course. He can heal himself, but only for a small amount, and Annie is going to wipe the floor with him if he stays in. Especially with new Tibbers. New Tibbers actually has a 0.2 AP ratio, and yeah, that's only 7 damage for this. No. Damn, that's only 3 damage for this moment in the game. But yeah, I've been up against Annies who actually just launch Tibbers and then kill people by just letting Tibbers run into them. And it's really annoying because he's so much stronger than he used to be late game. Early game, yeah, he's weaker than he was because they reduced the base damage. Yeah, the area of effect damage he does, they reduced the base damage for that, but then they added the 0.2 component, and that's a huge deal. Yeah, unfortunately he runs into 3 of the opponents, and there's not a whole lot he can do about that. Fortunately, Brand gets out of there. Brand gets an excellent ultimate off there. Unfortunately does not have the stun for Yi, but Yi decides not to commit. And Irelia is going to die here, I'm assuming. No. Oh my god. Is she actually going to get out? No, 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 no. She's not going to get out. Taric is probably joining the fight here, because he is watching this. And there he is. So he is coming in. Unfortunately they don't get the Vigar there. But yeah, you cannot have them all. So Taric not playing with Clairvoyance here. Normally we see on the what's it called? Oh come on, support characters. We see Clairvoyance, because Clairvoyance is a really useful spell. A summoner spell, that is. And especially if you have a Nocturne on your team, you can really benefit from it. And with the Ash Arrow you might also have a need of a spot. So that you can actually spot where to shoot the arrow. So Taric going in first here, 1v4, yeah, you're not going to survive that. It's probably better to just push the lanes quietly and let the enemy team sit in their base for a while. Because now we're going to see some trading 1v1, or in this case 3 versus 2. And yeah, it is useful of course, but because if you win one of them you can at least take out Dragon, which they should do by now. But all in all, it's probably the best idea to just go back to lane, to go farm, especially for their carries, and harass the opponents when they come to get some lane experience. Because there's no turrets on the enemy side anymore. On well, all three lanes, the first turret has been taken out. Mid lane, of course, only has the inhibitor left, and they will get the inhibitor when they're strong enough to actually withstand the enemy team. But they made a great push in the mid, and now it's time to just get some more gold. Oh, really lucky there that Yi didn't react with an Alpha Strike. I'm not saying that he would have gotten killed, but still Yi has a significant amount of items, and it would at least have cost him quite a lot of health, because I don't think that you can actually take out Yi with Taric. You can of course stun him, and that pretty much takes care of him until he no, not until unless he has something like cleanse. And there we see one stun, and the Yi damage is pretty much nullified. Of course this Brand couldn't get out because, well, it's still 1v3. Taric got damaged by something. Might have also been just the previous fight, but I think I missed something here. But yeah, this time healing back up because his AP is getting quite high. He already has 144 AP. He has some AP per level runes, I think, because we saw it go up in when he leveled up. So in the healing now does about 220 hit points. So that's a significant amount, and especially with a relatively short cooldown. It has a high mana cost compared to what Soraka pays for her heals, but I guess you get a stun in return, which is great. So they have 2 stuns, and unfortunately Ashe uses hers on the Irelia, and they do get killed, both of them, but they get 1 kill in return, so not too bad. But this is the problem with being too aggressive. Someone should take this top lane because they know there's 3 champions in bottom lane, and that means if there's 3 in bottom lane, you push the top lane. It's as simple as that. So the jungle has been abandoned for quite a while. At least their jungle. They have been roaming around in the enemy jungle. But there's still experience to be gained, and somebody should pick that up because it's risk-free, and you don't have to deal with all the problems you have when you're in lane and you can get ganked. Because in your jungle, with this many turrets down, you're probably not going to get ganked. So we see both of them are getting a stun off, and then Ashe fires an insane arrow at exactly the right time. I mean, it wasn't a lucky arrow, it was just well placed and well timed. So we see a 3v1 here, and of course, yeah, that's an easy kill. So Taric is wisely staying with Ashe most of the game because Ashe is probably their most vulnerable character, but also the one that has 10 kills and only has 65 minion kills. That's kind of surprising, because her volley can take out a lot of a lot of stuff. Yeah, I figured that they were on Skype because he said something earlier when Ashe ran in at no health that he said he shouldn't, that Ashe shouldn't have done that, and there was nothing in the chat, so I assumed they were on Skype. And yeah, this is not smart by Yi. They had 2 stuns up, and yeah, Yi is totally killable with just 1 stun, and with 2 stuns, yeah, he shouldn't run in like that. So they do get 4 kills for the 2, but unfortunately their Ashe died in that, but Nocturne is taking over the role of the carry, I guess. It is quite surprising that they have only 1 AP carry and they have 3 AD carries, and still they are doing the best. I was assuming that the enemy team would buy armor, which apparently was a wrong assumption. Because, well, here's some armor, but that seems to be all. Well, here's, yeah, there's 2 Rigless Lantern on the enemy team, and now Singed has armor, but for the rest, they didn't take any advantage out of the fact that this enemy, or this blue team, actually has a little bit too much normal physical damage, and that might be the reason why they're losing this. Are they going to get him? No. No, I was hoping for an Ashe arrow, but Ashe is keeping her arrow, and it really, there's like a 50-50 chance of hitting him, so I would definitely have gone for that. Ashe apparently thinking that it's not a good waste of her arrow. Or not a good use. I keep confusing the two because so many people waste their skills, and yeah, that's why I normally use waste. But this would in fact be, if it's a 50-50 shot like this, I mean, you know where he's going, you know where he is, and you have a reasonable chance of actually hitting him. Yeah, this brand is now in some trouble. Can probably run out. And yeah, they're going to get this kill.
An enemy has been slain.
Indeed. So Brand really low after that, 250 life. Almost Singed, almost succeeding in at least taking 1 out. The Ashe still at very high life, which is good. But she also has lifesteal, so that explains that. And they're going into kill some towers here. So Taric up to 262 AP, which is a lot, and we indeed see he first built Deadfire Grasp, which is an amazing item, especially if you actually remember to use it. But then going for the needlessly large rod, and that's exactly what I like. I also like those kind of builds on Ashe, because Ashe can do exactly the same thing, except for Dorn's Ring she substitutes Dorn's Blades, and then builds 1 big item after that. So, excellent game, nice victory. They had some luck with the first blood, of course, because Annie ran back the completely wrong way. I don't understand why people would do that, but sure. And for the rest, yeah, there just wasn't a lot that their laning opponents could do with the 2 stuns, which were actually very well executed at times. And then they just transported that into the end game. So thanks for sending me this, and yeah, I'll be doing more of these today. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.